What's hilarious is we thought this would be a temporary thing.
Yeah.
Look at us now.
We thought. Huh?
Look at us now.
Look at us now, just changing the way that we do things. Yeah.
So.
And for those of you that don't know, I'll look into the camera. My camera is pointing directly at me, but the computer monitor I'm using is right over here. So that is why that will be goofy. Because I'm not going to look into my camera the entire time talking to you like this.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad about that myself.
And I like to, and also, like, I'm a little ridiculous that I love to just look at my own collection right behind me and then look at yours right behind you. So, yeah. I want something to look at, so.
Different settings.
Yeah.
But the same dynamic duo, I guess, in the very end. So, What's up, everybody? I'm your boy, Jsib. He's to my right now. What the hell? To my right, as always now, I guess.
And I'm KP.
This is, of course, Tardy to the Party, a.k.a. T3P. Potential rebranding coming soon. We don't know.
You threw that fast in there. Yes. We will most likely have to explore a different name, but it's whatever.
But I was going to make a separate video about this. I still will. I'll still just make a random video about this, talking about it. But T3P is going to be changing a little bit. No more weekly podcasts, per se. We're going to be doing more short form, more up-to-date videos. Less tardy, if you will. Still maybe a little tardy, but not as tardy.
I mean, yeah. But, yeah.
And
whatever.
Sadly... Yeah, we'll get into that in the next video. I don't need to get into the super everything. But
yeah.
Right now we got finally Ahsoka is over. The finale dropped last night. Oh, boy. Woo-wee. What a juicy series this was. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I finally felt like a kid watching Star Wars again with this series. Like, I love Andor. I think that's still the best written Star Wars show that Disney Plus has done. Because most of them have been stinkers, if we're being honest. Mandalorian's been good. But man, has nothing made me feel like a kid Star Wars wise
than this show.
Like, just
because it's Dave Filoni, dude. And that's why. He got to finish what he started.
Especially,
and then it's still not even over. Because it all got left on cliffhangers. And that's why we're going to get a movie, and we're going to get the Avengers in Star Wars. Not like the Avengers, but like the Avengers of Star Wars.
And just, I know we wanted to talk about the finale first and then talk general thoughts, but I have to just get it out. Like, episodes 4 and 5 personify, like, those two episodes especially. I just felt like a giddy little kid watching those episodes.
They were very good.
But the finale was also, they stuck the landing. Not even just Star Wars, just Disney Plus series in general. Finally stuck a fucking landing of a series. And thank God for that.
Yeah. I'll agree. Yeah. It was I don't know. Like, a point to it came to where I was like sitting there like, no, they wouldn't dare end it this way. Not a Disney show. No. All the heroes win, right? And I was like, they wouldn't dare. And then we got what our ending was, and I was kind of like, but what? No, like, it's not really over, right? Like, no, we're getting them back, right? Like, you can't do this to me. I mean, some people online were like, oh, the movie can be carried with Luke, Ezra, and Hera, and Leia and Han. And I was like, no, I don't like that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want Ahsoka and Luke on the screen again together,
It's still,
and not just like a cameo from Book of Boba Fett. Like I want I want a real a real conflict with both of those characters. Anyways, but the finale though, I don't really know how you meant to kind of go through it.
I mean, we'll probably, I guess, general thoughts, and then we could just talk spoilers, I guess, about it.
Yeah, so like my general reaction thought.
I guess just general thoughts of the finale, and then we could just go into full spoilers of the whole fucking series. Just whatever.
I mean, my general thought on the finale is like you said. I mean, it was very well done. It I the ending I just kind of like. You know, the tale of two halves of me. Like as a like, if I'm like critiquing it, it's like, oh, that's oh, you know, great ending. But you know, as the fan, I'm like, oh, I hate that. I hate that. And I'm like, and it's literally only because of what I just got done through talking. Like, is that because I want something else down the line? So my fear is that it's like that's all that it's ever going to be, and we literally won't get those characters back. But I refuse to believe that's what they're gonna. There's absolutely no way. Um, that's my fear. So that's like why, as the fan, I'm like, oh, I kind of hate that ending because of how it goes down at the very last second. I'm like, hmm. Hmm. But it was a way that the villain would win, and I was like, I can't hate this too much, but I mean, no, again, but as like a reviewer, I mean, no, it's a great ending. It's fantastic. It's literally poetic. I mean, again, I was getting the feeling for the way that it ended, like a little way through the episode, not like. I mean, 'cause I don't even know if it's technically halfway, but like getting through the runtime, I just I was getting this feeling that it was going to end that way, and I don't know. I just, especially too with like one certain scene on the tower, I kind of thought like, oh no, they're not gonna like do that, are they? And yeah, they
They
did,
had to.
and
You know they had to.
I feel like they had to because
It's got to set up the movie.
it's either got to set up a movie or hopefully movies, but a movie.
Trilogy?
God, movies. I don't. Yeah, give it. I don't even like just forget numbering them. Just make a trilogy. Just do it. Just let. Yeah. Who cares? Just let Filoni make movies that are just have a standalone titles, but they're really a trilogy, and it's about the fucking actual post like Return of the Jedi, which is what we're in. Like, just keep going from here. And if you like, yes, we can tell that you're making the background for what they did in the sequels. Fine, whatever. As long as you just make up for those pieces of trash with this, I'll be all right. I'll be okay. I'll be ecstatic. So, yeah, this sucks. I want more answers. And yeah, they just had you're right. They did have to kind of end it that way because I already saw people saying today, and they probably are just bullshitting it just to create freaking clicks and clout and all that. But someone said how they're discussing a season 2. It has not been greenlit, but they are discussing a season 2. And I thought, like, well, the way that it ends, I mean, it's clear. I think they planned on doing one or something.
I'd say, yeah, it is
But
interesting to see if this will lead into the movie or if it'll lead into a second season first and then into the Filoni movies.
movies, 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 dog. Um, yeah. So, God, it was good, but oh, man,
The action was
Part-
great, and the action was great the whole
the
series, but the
oh
finale,
my
I mean, yeah, it was
God,
great as well.
dude,
But
I know exactly what you're talking about. At least I hope it's what you're talking about. And oh my God, that was like I was so happy with that fight. I was like, oh my God, this is like the real Star Wars. Like they're going fast. This is amazing. And
yeah,
man,
it didn't stop. That's for sure. The only thing there was a couple people that I was like, "Where are these people? Where are these people? Where are these people?" And then they show up at the end, which is fine. One got a good ending. One I was like, "This is kind of lame," but we'll get into that, which I guess we could get into now. I guess I feel like we're tiptoeing around with stuff. We could just go full.
we are tiptoeing around with stuff.
Could just I
I
just
was waiting.
we could
I'm
just.
waiting for you, dog, to give the go ahead on the spoilers. I've got
I
them.
mean, I give the finale overall an 8. The series probably like, we'll get to that in a minute. But
I saw that Rotten Tomatoes got paid to put it at 100%, while they gave episode 5 the best episode still, in my opinion, of the series. They gave that one an 85, but then they gave the finale a 100, and I was like, no, that's not correct, like at all.
no.
So I don't know why the individuals paying like that are paying them.
I agree though. Nope, don't like that. That's not right.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I like the finale, but no, episode 5 I think was my favorite as well.
It's so good. I mean, I love it because the episode stands on its own so well.
I think so as well. Could be
Like,
a Tales of the Jedi.
yeah, like it literally could have been, yes, like yeah, it could have been. It really could have been. Um,
Either
that
way,
episode.
before we get into full spoilers, I'll just say for once I highly recommend a Disney Plus show. Highly recommend. If you haven't watched it yet, before we get into spoilers, please pause, like, maybe subscribe, then come back after you've watched it. But like, seriously, it's well freaking worth it. Like,
Yeah,
made me feel like a child again. So
right.
that's the final warning. Let's just get into spoilers.
Yeah, but that's like you said. I mean, this just makes you feel like a kid again. And
Spoiler Grogu is out.
spoiler Grogu.
I'm not gonna be able to keep
God.
him up high enough this whole time.
So that works. That works. So huh.
Eventually, I'm just gonna take him down, and I'm just gonna put a graphic of Grogu instead.
A graphic. Of
Spoiler
Grogu.
Spoiler Grogu is here. But I mean, I guess we could start spoilers for the finale and then just work our way to other spoilers that we thought were awesome in the series, or however you want.
Yeah,
Or did you want to
fine.
start? Or did you want to start at 5?
God, Shadow Warriors, so fantastic. I mean, the moment that the dialogue exchange too, like I mean the I'm not gonna fight you, and he's just, yeah,
Heard that?
I've heard that before. And
Okay. I'll just edit all that out.
yep, sorry, bud.
So
We were talking about Shadow Warrior, but
yeah, apologies. We had audio
God knows.
issues, but
Yeah, say God knows where it cut out at. So, anyways,
you're talking about Ahsoka is what I remember when it cut out.
Okay. Yeah. Uh. Oh, I think I was talking about how like she just goes back through like her past and learning that Anakin was always going to become Vader no matter what. So there's
Hmm.
nothing she can do about it, and it's just the fact of that was like I think that was supposed to be a part of the lesson, and
I took that as well.
yeah. So again, fantastic episode that can basically stand on its own. Um, at least in my opinion. Um, so
I
I'm
also thought it
trying to
was
think.
I thought it was very poetic and beautiful that um, the whole reason he fell to the dark side was because he wanted to basically save life and pure like never die or whatever. But
Yeah,
especially Padme, but like and now in the afterlife or however you want to view this, he he ends up saving Ahsoka. So he ends up getting to the point where he actually kind of in a way has that power, but in a different way. I thought that was kind of
oh,
cool.
excuse me. Yeah, no, sorry, yawning. You're right. Um, yeah, I didn't think of it that way, but that's a good way to think of it.
Um, the like the especially in this, but all of it in general, just like the saber duels were just awesome. They felt like old school
Yeah,
samurai movies. Like you could feel
yeah,
them
it's
almost
actual
like
Kurosawa.
filling each other out and like switching different stances and poses and uh, mwah. Yeah, and like this series didn't for once for a Disney, especially for Star Wars, I feel like more heavily. It didn't feel like this was mostly shot on a volume. Like I'm sure they definitely had their volume stuff, but overall, it's
They
not
did,
like I
they
was
did.
just like, oh yeah, here we go on a volume again. It's like even if we are, it doesn't. They figured out a way to not necessarily feel that. Like, is it? It would have been four, I think, when they're like going through the woods and uh, they get off the ship and Ahsoka and Sabine run off in the woods. Like for once, like feels like they were on like a
Yeah,
real set there. Like it didn't feel like they were just in a volume.
right. Yeah, yeah.
uh, Hu Yang, unsung MVP.
I God, and him. Okay, like I thought. I even had this like last. Oh no, that did happen. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I remember now. Shit.
I remember.
Yeah. Hu Yang. Hu Yang. Yes. What were you gonna say about Hu Yang?
I
Or
just
do
said
you just?
he's just MVP. I liked him a lot. I liked
Oh,
his
okay.
sassiness and his. I just like what he brought to the table,
I liked
and he could fight.
um he could fight. He fights that one. I was like, damn. Yeah, yeah. He's got like four arms, so I mean, dude, you're like General Grievous. How are you not winning? Like, it just made no sense.
True. I felt that when, especially when they were doing that sparring scene with Sabine, I was like, "This General Grievous guy right here."
Yeah, he did. He had like four. That was right. Yeah, he's like twisting his whole torso and stuff and spinning them, and I was just like, what the hell is this?
uh, how do you feel? So I basically have the background of Rebels from you
Okay.
and obviously the bowl. But how do you feel that this necessarily connects with the very end of Rebels? Because from what I've seen, it almost feels like a weird disconnect, and then all of a sudden they gave us weird exposition at the very end of like, oh, this is why she didn't train her or whatever. Even though she shows up pretty much as Ahsoka the White at the end of Rebels, and then doesn't become Ahsoka the White until this series. So, whatever. How do you feel about that?
I'm Ahsoka the White.
I hope she says it once. Just
Yes, Ahsoka Tano. That's what they called me.
I
I've come
remember
back
now.
now. I've come back now. It's Ahsoka the White. I think that, like you said, first or the second episode, whichever one has the shot that's the same shot from Rebels, that, like you said, how it kind of felt like we spent all this time on this episode just to lead up to this moment
Felt
when
super
it probably,
self-indulgent.
yeah, like, and it could have, like, the whole series could have probably just started at that moment. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm fine with the way it all played out. I definitely feel like the latter half of the series is when it started to feel like Rebels again. Um, basically once they kind of got into like the all the mystic stuff and like even like the new stuff with the Force and like the way the world between worlds and um I don't know. I definitely I see what you're saying. Like
I don't know. Maybe for me, it's just because I found Sabine kind of like annoying most of the series.
uh,
And
I will say that I do not feel like I don't understand why her character was basically written like all the development with her, everything, probably the way she was directed to act. I don't understand any of it, to be honest. It doesn't even feel like it's really it's the same character from Rebels. That's really the one area that I'm just kind of like, well, I'm not okay on, but as far as for Ahsoka, I am okay with it. It's like the first half of the series, she's in this doubt, and then Anakin gives her a lesson, and she's back to who she's really supposed to be. Um, some people, and even people that love Star Wars and they watch all this other stuff, they even judge that. They don't even like that. They're like, why did we have to endure that? Like, why was it written that way? Why is the pacing of the show slow? And I can't remember if you agreed with me on that, but I will say, like, I mean, the pacing of the show at times does feel slow, but then there's other episodes, again, like five, that it's not slow, and it's just, I don't know. But
for me, it was more just like it feels like we spent too much time on certain things, and I was like, okay, but what's going on here? Like, what's going on here, man? Like,
yeah,
I get it, but like, I want to know what's going on here, man. And then we get like a little sliver of it, and it's like, come on.
Yeah, and like you said, like, I mean, since we're in spoilers, like you said on the finale,
Yeah,
you were wondering, you were like, where is, you're sitting there like, I mean, I kind of wasn't surprised that they didn't show them until the end, but like when you said, like, you were kind of expecting like Balin and Shin to be involved somehow, but no, they literally just like were written to basically stay on this planet and do whatever the hell now he plans on doing.
So his ending seemed kind of cool because he ended up he was standing on the hand of like looked like the father.
The father. Yeah, the mountain carve, the Lord of the Rings style mountain. Like that's all I thought. As soon as I saw it, especially the handout, I was like, it's like fuckers are going into the Northern Realms, the long lost Northern Realms of Middle Earth, and like. Like it took me a second to like look at it and be like, oh, that's the Mortis gods. But like, yeah, the whole idea, yeah, just the whole like Lord of the Rings shit, basically. I mean, and he's standing out on the hand. It was cool.
I'd be curious to see whatever that glowy tower thing is off the Eye of Sauron off in the distance. What that is, but
right, It's probably something to do with the Night Sisters, honestly. Um, it could be like a really old, ancient, like Sith power. Who knows? Or it's like whatever it's obviously the thing or whatever that he says. It's probably the thing that he says, like calling out to him, right?
Yeah.
Is what you would presume. So, yeah, but again, like they just were teased at the very end. Like again, I fully feel like this was maybe set up the way that it was, and it ended the way that it did, just so there would be a season 2. I won't lie. I really did cling on. I clinged on to like, no, Ahsoka and Sabine are going to get back right now. I'm going to see it right now. Like, even when it was the very end and they were looking up at the sunlight that was barely coming through off in the distance. And then, like, Sabine makes the comment of, like, it's like I saw, like, shadows over the stars or shadows through the clouds or something.
Stars through the shadows or something like that.
Something to allude she saw something up in the sky. And I was like, when Ahsoka like comes and looks, I was like waiting. I'm like, okay, show me the space whales that are gonna take them back.
Yeah, right.
Like
I was expecting too. Yeah.
I was like, come on, like show me the space whales. Like we're not leaving them here. Like don't do that. And it's just, I don't know. And I'll admit, like, then when they kind of showed Shin going back to that tribe and where Balin is, I was just like, okay, I guess that was supposed to be the setup for season 2, or like you said, maybe it's where the movie will start. I don't know. I mean, for Christ's sakes, dude. They got out of the hyperspace at Dathomir. There's nothing out in Dathomir. It's on the very outer rim. Like, the Republic's not gonna know about them being out there. They're just gonna be... I mean, Ezra's just gonna show up, but the Senate's gonna be like, yeah, who the fuck is this Jedi? And they're not gonna care at all. And, like, the only thing about it that's cool that I loved in one of the episodes, I think it was episode 6, was how 3PO showed up, which was hot. Like, that was amazing. Being like the ambassador for Leia, and Leia bails Hera out because in Rebels there's an episode, there's at least one, like with Leia in it, like when Leia's really like 16 or whatever, like in the episode. So like they all do know each other. It would be interesting if like the movie starts with like Ezra running to tell Leia, "Hey, Thrawn is back," and then Leia's like, "Yo, dog,
it's spicy."
I gotta call. Yeah, Leia's like, "Hold on, I gotta call my baby daddy and my brother. We're gonna get on this."
Holy Trinity, unite!
God, I want it so bad that I don't care anymore. Just recast them, recast them with younger actors. I know that no one actually wants to hear it, but dude, come on, you want to see it.
So speaking of which,
if you've been watching if you're like me, if you have watched all of it that's canon, all of it, you definitely, I think there's that part of you, there's that big, that there's a, like, you don't care. I don't know. Like, I don't care. Like, I just recast them, especially since like Sebastian Stan is sitting there and he looks exactly like Mark Hamill. Like, God, dude, it's right there.
So I guess that does bring up, which I feel like you're going to feel the same as me then. What do they do with Balin?
I mean, I feel like if you're gonna, If they're really talking about this season 2, then obviously you just have to recast him. Don't off-screen BS. Like that is so lame when stuff does that. Like and I know it sucks that you don't want to recast him, but
No, like nobody wants the recast, but it's I feel like it's a disservice to Ray Stevenson to do an off-screen write-off or something for how I feel like he like Balin's such an iconic character already, and he just had one season in Star Wars, and that's all to Ray Stevenson. And it's like I feel
yeah.
like that's such a disservice to him to just stop. Like just let the recast and let somebody take that over. Now you have to be very smart with who you recast, and we saw this. Like you and I are Destiny 2 guys. We went through this recently with Lance Riddick. And they picked and I actually was kind of on the boat. It was like I'd be happy if Zavala just kind of lights off in the sunset. I was a huge fan of Lance Riddick ever since Fringe, where he was Broyles, and like I didn't want the recast, but then when they announced Keith David, I was like, okay.
Yep. Yeah, when
Zavala's in good hands. Like
right, yeah, exactly.
Like so you have to be smart about it, but I think they should recast because I think you're just doing Ray a disservice otherwise.
Excuse me, shit. Sorry.
It's late, everybody. We had to troubleshoot forever to get this new setup, which will probably still keep evolving. But
yeah, I agree. I think the character was too. There was just so much potential there for the character, like, especially because, like, you know, one thing that people are kind of bitching about is how, like, you didn't end, like, the season didn't end with answers to some things. The way that you kind of figured out how Ezra got away probably the first time is the way that he gets away the second time.
I guess.
Like I guess that whole thing was you were supposed to be like
Luke and Han.
yeah, which he's known for doing in Rebels. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, he's known to do in Rebels. Especially because in Rebels he's like younger, and then they have like the kid stormtrooper outfits.
Mm-hmm.
Like training stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I will say it's just interesting because he actually like goes undercover a lot as under that disguise in the cartoon and the show. But
how do you like the live action portrayal of Ezra? Since I actually haven't watched Rebels, so if ever at any point I act like I actually know anything about Rebels, just so you know, it's because of this.
I very much enjoy Space Moses. Yes.
Oh, that was actually another thing I was a little let down by.
I've seen the memes. We're cultured here. I've seen the memes. But yes, I like live action Ezra. I feel like the actor definitely has been able to embrace like the personality well. Like it's, you know, I like the actor. Love the writing and the development. I'm very glad that it wasn't some bullshit like I only use the Force. No, like very happy in finale. He's constructing a new lightsaber. I was like, yes,
but
yes.
That's also
I don't want to.
That's also where I was a little let down though, because they set it up first when he introduces, where he just like goes boo boo boo, doesn't need or whatever, gets the lightsaber. I'm like, yes, obviously you get yourself a lightsaber eventually. But then when he doesn't have it in the finale again, where he's like left like was it those like, what do they call those, death troopers or shock troopers at the end, where he like loses his lightsaber. He just starts fighting hand to hand again. I was like, where's the Force? Why are you not using the Force like you were when we first met you?
I know. Yeah, well, he eventually does. Yeah,
he does eventually, but he did a little too much hand to hand for me. I was like, dude, you were like Force Neo earlier. Like, what happened to this?
So, oh my god. I just realized, like, the big thing. The big thing
What
in
big
that.
thing?
And just, apparently, I guess we have another Mandalorian Jedi.
Who?
Don't make me say it.
Who?
I Did you like that? Did you like how Sabine pulled the lightsaber?
No, I actually
I kind of didn't either,
I
cause like
didn't.
the whole, I really didn't because,
But I don't like Sabine in this show. Okay, so real quick, I meant to say this earlier.
I mean, I'm telling you, dude, it's
She's
not
kind
like
of annoying to me this little series,
these-
especially when she gets to finally find Ezra and he's just like asking her questions and she just gives no answers. I saw another content. I was watching another content show,
yes.
Angry Joe show, and one of them equated her to being one of the people in a zombie movie that gets bitten and then doesn't tell anybody that they've been bitten. And I was like, oh my god, yes.
That's
I was like,
literally...
that's it. I was like, that's why I can't stand her.
Right. She's being an asshole. What the hell? Why didn't she just immediately say to Ezra when the second she's laid eyes on him, like, hey, dude, I actually got here because we traveled on this space ring and Thrawn's gonna get the fuck off this planet. Like, she's kind of looking like a dickhead, and the worst part, she never has to own up to it.
No. And
ever.
And I wonder if Filoni's going for a slow burn here. You know, I'm a Disney Plus intro as far as like Star Wars with the helmets and the color schemes.
Oh god damn!
Hers was red this whole series, and they even teased it a little bit this episode. I was like, oh come on, give it to me. I was like, give her a heel turn. Maybe I'll like her more. Give her a heel turn. But they didn't give it to us. And motherfuck, like. I think that's why like it doesn't work for me, but maybe they're doing like this Anakin slow burn thing, you know?
God damn it. Oh god.
I don't know. We know Ahsoka's she's Ahsoka the White now. So maybe her journey won't just always end in disaster.
Ahsoka the White and Darth Ren.
I'm just saying there's plenty of time for her to still especially if we get a season 2 and a movie, plenty of time for her to still turn to the dark side.
I feel like we are. I really feel like we are, dude. Like, there's no... Because, like, there's plenty of people that are still online that are just praising this show. And like you said, they're, like, saying exactly what you said, what I agree with, how I also felt, how this series made me feel like a kid again. This series expanded on, like, if you watched Clone Wars and Rebels, it was just more of that same lore that he built, like, because, like, I would imagine if you're just a super casual, you've never watched the cartoons because you're an adult and you don't watch cartoons. You know, some people are honestly like that. They refuse to watch cartoons. Which, whatever. I mean, you're missing out on a lot. But
South Park's awesome. Harley Quinn's awesome. Family Guy.
And
Family Guy was
dude,
awesome.
But even that though, like, I know at least one in my life, and I know there are more. Like, there are some adults that absolutely refuse to watch any type of cartoon. Even those that you just rattled off, as honestly as hilarious and genius at writing that sometimes they are. Well, South Park most of the time, the others sometimes.
Yeah.
South Park, like 97% approval rate there on how genius, like, so, because they're not always perfect. Even they have some stinkers
they have
for sure.
Stinkers. Hey,
and they've had
has a bad day at the office. Everybody has a bad day at the office.
Yeah, and they've had a lot of stinkers recently, but some of it's still, like, just hilarious. Some of it they still have, like, a gold mine episode. But anyways, wow, the zombie, yes, dude, Yes, the bastard that's been bitten by a zombie but doesn't tell anybody, who then later screws it up for everyone else. That is
Yep.
exactly like a great comparison. Because that's how she was being. And what's dumb too is like Ezra just kind of takes it.
Yeah, I know
Just
that's the other kind of
her
weird
nothing. He like her nothing answers that she gives him. Just absolutely no context, nothing answers. He's just like, okay, yeah, sounds good. Just whatever, you
I'm
know.
chill.
I'm chill,
I'm
you
part
know.
of the
I'm
I'm
chill,
part of the
baby.
naughty gang, dude. You know.
Right. Yeah. I'm chill. I'm chill, baby. I'm chill.
The Force
You
is
know,
my ally.
I don't know. It's like
There's some weird
there's
things.
so
There's some
there's
weird
so
stuff
even
about
with
the show, as
Ezra,
much as I love it.
even with Ezra, it was still kind of weird. Like it seemed like when Sabine like and he looked at her and he was like, "Come on," and she just kind of gave him a look like no. He just kind of even then he was like kind of like not emotional about it. So I guess I don't know, maybe these years in exile to truly be a Jedi, he is detached. And you know, he is
That hug was real risque for him, actually.
right. Um I don't know. Like I said, I think I'm just really upset just because they got stranded out in the other galaxy, and I don't. I need them. I need them in the same damn galaxy. Damn it! I need no excuse here.
Well,
Don't you?
I feel like Ezra is going to be the key, though. Wouldn't you think, to maybe getting them back?
If they, the only thing I can think of is that they could somehow access the world between worlds and travel that way, because Ezra technically does that in Rebels when he saves Ahsoka. I mean, hell, it technically goes through to a different point in time. Even it goes into the past, and he just pulls her through. That's how she gets saved. So I mean, part of me wondered if because like since they showed the Mortis gods on the mountainside, carved into the mountainside, like I've seen some other people theorize how like is this planet like where the origins of like the Force was taught, and like that's why you have Night Sisters, because it's like it's the ultimate of like light and dark, so it's like ancient dark users were are just what's left around. But anyways, to get to it, I just kind of wonder if like they'll be able to do the same thing that they did in Rebels, where like it's all painted on a wall and then it just comes alive and then it makes a portal into the way between worlds, and Ahsoka and Sabine are gonna be like, okay, and they're gonna walk in.
Okay.
They're gonna walk right in and realize how they're gonna find then the other portal that's a portal to the other galaxy, like probably like right where they need to be. Ba 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 ba
Luke comes out of the other
ba
one.
bum.
Space Ghost, Anakin, Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan,
Oh,
and everybody.
dude. Give it.
Why not Darth Maul too? Why not?
Yes.
We got some other stories to tell about his afterlife when he turns to the light side.
Right. Yeah, dude. Yeah. No. I love how where I just went with that. That's like I literally improv'd into that. Like just whatever. I could see that happening.
You're trying to teleport
Again,
us into our Loki episode 1 review in like 2 days.
yeah. I'm so happy that man, dude. Dude, yes, dude.
So there it is.
Then
If you want that review, it's come on, KP, I need your help. I'm not the Sorcerer Supreme. Check it out here. But
yeah.
oh fuck, like, and the owl showed up too. at the very end of this episode.
Oh, that Easter egg was fantastic.
I was thinking it was gonna. Is it just me? I thought it was gonna be a little bit more green.
The owl?
Yeah.
I think in the cartoon it has shades of green on it, but dude,
doesn't matter. As soon as I saw it,
back off, man.
I'm just nitpicky.
Back off.
It's nitpicky. I'm just saying, like, as soon as I saw it, I knew what it was, but I was like,
the owl. What's funny?
A little green though.
Do you know the relevance of the owl?
It's the sister, like the spirit of the sister.
The daughter.
Right?
It's the daughter.
Sorry.
It's
daughter.
It's
son,
the daughter.
Yeah.
It's the daughter who like represents the light side of the Force. Like pure.
The son's like the dark side, and the father's
the
like
son is
the perfect balance. The gray Jedi that everybody shits on. Nobody wants a gray Jedi.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, no, that is what it is. The son is the dark side user, and then the father is the balance of the two.
So do you buy into the theory that Anakin could potentially be the new father?
I do. I 100% think that's what it is.
I buy into it, and I hope that is the case. 100%.
I am 100% bought into that because of Episode 5.
Yes.
Because it's basically like he kind of just turns on the dark side.
Yeah, it's
when
like
he
can turn it on and off just as he needs it to be.
Yeah,
I agree.
So I buy that. Now, who the son is the big question, because everyone knows that the daughter is Ahsoka and always has been, because the owls always followed her forever.
So what if the son's Balin?
I mean,
I feel like he's calling to something else, but I know that's a theory out there. He could be the son,
right?
But
he could be.
But it doesn't. I feel like I wouldn't like that though, because that doesn't fit him.
Yeah, because I don't feel like he wants to just. I don't feel like he wants to be a Sith. He's just he's just a scorned Jedi, like this Force user, this ex-Jedi, this Force user that just wants power. He doesn't necessarily. I don't know that he necessarily like even wants to wield the dark side. I think he just wants power in some way or form. And this whole idea that something else is calling out to him is like just not necessarily either of the two.
Plus, I feel like, despite Shin having like a Padawan braid, like she definitely gave more Sith tendencies, more aggression, more actually Sabine, like first to act, first to just attack first, fire first, instead of like assessing the situation and being defensive. Like,
right.
I almost feel like that's why Balin let Shin go in the end. Is like after a while he's just like, yeah, like, and I get their names are very symbolic to the wolves, or one's chasing the sun, one's chasing the moon.
Right.
So obviously it was telegraphed that they were going to have different goals at the end of the day. But I almost like that's where I definitely don't want him to be the sun, because it would make sense. Because you would think he would want Shin to stay closer to Shin then, because it's almost like it just seemed like they have completely different goals, and she's definitely more dark side heavy, I would think. So plus, just
would agree.
Any conversation I've never gotten Sith from him in any conversations he's had. Plus, Filoni's been pretty open about the fact that he chose an orange lightsaber was on purpose. It wasn't a mistake. He's not a Sith, and Balin's first words, I'm pretty sure in the show, are "We are no Jedi," and he
yes, and that was sick.
Oh, dope as shit. Also, I can't remember in this episode who does the Kylo. Was it Ezra in the finale? It wasn't exactly. Oh yeah, it was Sabine.
It was Sabine when she pulled the lightsaber,
but it was like close. It was like,
yeah, when she did it, I was like, really, but dude, you had to bring it up.
This has got to be the bridge. Filoni's like, hey, we made everybody like the prequels. We're gonna make everybody like these dumpster fires.
I know it's what he's doing. It's 100% what he's doing.
This is why Filoni is the GOAT. And he's the chosen one. George
chosen
Lucas
one.
and Filoni are the goats.
Yeah,
They're
well,
the
George Lucas sent Dave Filoni down
and that's why.
from the heavens.
That's why we love him.
Yeah.
Him and his cowboy hats.
Him and his goddamn cowboy hat. That dude. Anyways, God, yeah, just fantastic series overall, man.
So yeah,
I don't know that.
Is there any other moments you want to bring up or anything?
I'm trying to think of some. Oh shit, the dude. When the Night Sisters make Morgan, basically they make her a Night Sister.
That was sick, especially when they gave her the blade. But
So
as soon as they did it, I was
sick.
like, she's gonna die.
I mean, yeah.
Because it clearly, I don't know, it felt like they were almost like the three sisters of Macbeth or the sisters of fate, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Oh shit.
So as soon as they gave her, like, brought her on,
Filoni pulling a Lucas and putting some Shakespeare reference in there, huh?
And like as soon as they made her one, I was like, fuck, there can only be three though.
Right.
Plus, that's just a pretty, like, overall, just like, I mean, a lot of religions. There's lots of threes, but yeah,
I mean,
Shakespeare.
The poor woman. It literally, like, she was basically told, like, you're a sacrifice, and she was like, yeah, okay.
Which I was so sad, honestly. I was like, damn it, I really was liking her so much.
Yeah,
especially her fighting style. Like,
oh
her
my god,
fighting
the
style
fight
was so fucking unique. Like, especially from anybody else, the fact that she can actually, like, touch her blade and do, like, a more, I'm not educated enough to know what fighting style that would be, but, like,
well, I know that the weapon would be, like, comparable to, like, I don't want to say like a wakizashi, but it is like an old samurai had like, because their blades were always one-sided in Japan.
Yeah, yep.
So they could do the back end and do that to like reinforce like a block with two hands.
And that's where like,
and like that's why I loved it, because again it's more like old samurai feel, which is what Lucas modeled like Jedi and Sith off of, and it's just that whole fight was just sick. I mean, it was like so fast paced and detailed, and like all of it. I was just like, holy shit, this is finally a fight like this. Like this was the best fight in the entire series.
I think most of like the fights in this were just terrific. Like you said, like the callbacks to like old samurai films, like all the Ahsoka and Balin fights where they feel each other out or changing stances. Yeah, dude, when like you get a callback to like Qui-Gon and like there's so many callbacks on a lot of the this is why Filoni's the GOAT and why he was the chosen one by George Lucas. He just fucking
intricate details.
He just gets it, and like
he does.
I can't wait for hopefully a season 2, and like we said, hopefully,
and they like
movies.
Like, oh my god, it's just crazy how like they canceled his shit, and then also didn't even consider him for their sequel trilogy, and now it's come full circle to where they're like, nope.
We need apparently, you to save us.
Apparently, everything you do is just liquid gold to the community and the fans, no matter what age they are. We need you, and it's like, oh man, if I hope he collects fat checks. I'd be like, yeah, goddamn right, you needed me. Like, you know, oh man.
Well, him and oh no, I feel like an asshole. Jon Favreau. They both should be collecting big checks, but.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, Favreau. Well, and that's the thing is like, Favreau did kind of save Star Wars with Mandalorian, but it also was like questionable, like where was it all going? And then when they realized how all of us like we want more of the old again, like oh my god, South Park member berries, give us something new. Give us something new that makes us remember appreciating all of the old stuff. J.J. Abrams. So, like, again, that's why episode 7's great, because all he did was rehash an old movie with new characters and shit, and everyone was like,
he gets it. He gets it.
Yeah, because I'll say, I hate to say this, I will say that, you know, I was very casual only on Star Wars. I never really watched Clone Wars Rebels, like, when up to, like, episode 8. Like, you know, I only watched the movies. So, admittedly, I was, like, kind of a hater on the prequel trilogy. And when, like, 7 came out, got out of the theaters, I was like, you know, I was more saying, I was like, oh, shit. See, exactly, Lucas should have sold it a long time ago. He should have never made that prequel trilogy. That stuff was dog shit. This movie is amazing. Like, I was saying that. And then episode 8 happened, and I was, like, caught up in the hype, and I kind of liked it a lot at first, but then I realized, like, wait, no. I'm like, no, this movie's not that great. And then, like, I went back and watched all this old stuff, and I was like, oh, why is 8 even a thing? What? This is stupid. And
I
was like,
vehemently hated episode 8 when it came out.
Yeah, I did not. I was caught up in hype and, like, was like, oh, I love the new directions, all this stuff. The new stuff was cool and whatnot. And then I just kind of went back to all the old Star Wars. And then again, like I said, I watched these cartoons, and yeah, my opinion changed a lot. I was like, oh, no, I didn't understand. No, yeah. Yeah. Again, you know, that was, God, that's forever ago now at this point. Like, and I hate to even think about that. Like, oh my God, dude. Star Wars Episode 7 was like 8 years ago?
God, that's fucking depressing to hear. Holy shit.
Right, dude? Like, I sit there and think, I'm like,
oh,
man,
Lord.
Yeah, I was young and dumb. But anyways, back to Ahsoka. I mean, back to Ahsoka, though, that, so I get off my tangent. Is there anything else really to bring up, talk about, or?
I mean,
the
only other thing I would just off base is, like, the fucking music in this show was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
The music was great. Whoever, I wish I knew the person off the top of my head. I mean, I guess I could actually look it up. Whoever did the music for this series, though, is you might reach GOAT status. Who knows?
He might reach GOAT status. Oh man,
because like just everything felt. There were times where it felt very familiar and nostalgic, but at the same time, it would feel new at the same time. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but I just really liked the music in this series. I'm pulling up the IMDb right now. I'm kind of like stalling a little bit. Why do I feel like the mobile version is better? I don't care about the cast. Oh, KevNKrunch. That is the name. Worked on CSI Miami, Narcos.
Oh, dude, that.
Oh, he did. Oh, he did music for Star Wars: The Clone Wars, actually, 2008.
Nice.
Oh, The Bad Batch. Oh, Doom Patrol,
okay.
Titans. My guy. What the
My guy?
What is going on here?
My
Tales
guy.
of the Jedi. He's worked on Peacemaker. Is this guy a nerd like us? What is?
Well, I would probably say yes.
What is going on? This is my guy, KevNKrunch. Okay, you are Hans Zimmer, KevNKrunch. No.
Come on, dude. John Williams, nowhere.
Oh, well, yeah, John Williams is obviously John Williams. Okay, I mean, he's on a list of his own.
So then, really, it's John Williams. Hans Zimmer.
Oh, he worked on GoldenEye 007, the video game.
Never mind.
Never mind. It goes. John Williams. Oh, it hurts me almost. Kevin Kiner. And then Hans Zimmer. You gotta be kidding me, GoldenEye. Oh, that's the 2010 version though. Oh shit. That's not, oh wait, I might have to take it back. I might have to beat. Oh boy.
Yeah. No, we want 90s only.
Yeah, I think it's just the 2010 version. I might have to redact that. Hans Zimmer still.
Okay.
My bad. False alarm, everybody. But Jesus, he's actually like looking at his IMDb. Holy shit.
looking at IMDb.
He's got quite the fucking resume, that's for sure. And quite the facial hair.
Oh my god.
My guy.
Jordan checking the guy out.
I only appreciate it because I can't do it myself. Look at this. This is like, what? 2 weeks, man? Shit, man.
I literally better than what I can do.
But,
so.
Yeah, other than the score, I feel like we've touched on like all the big spoilers.
I feel like we touched on literally everything. We're talking about the music, for Christ's sake. We never do that.
I mean, I'm sure we miss some things. But, yeah, obviously, highly recommend. I hope there's a season 2.
Oh, God, yeah. I hope there's a season 2. I'm going to score the whole season as, like... I'm going to go an 8.5 out of 10. Because, again, like you said... There are moments, you know, especially in the first half of the show, the first 4 episodes in the first half. There's points where I'm just like, we're like, okay, why are we doing it? Why are we doing this? And why is this going this slow? But, yeah. Other than that, I'm staying 8.5.
I'm going to, also, KP, is your camera doing the same thing in Discord that it is for me? It just happened. But
did it like flash like a green real quick?
No, it's like really choppy, weird. Hold on. What if I do this? I'll get it. I hope that
this isn't good.
I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing.
Probably not.
I will say it just happened, so it's at the very end, so it's not a big deal. We're doing this for the lulz at this point, as far as sending you that pic right there. That's what I see. It could be different when we actually download the video. But I think I'm going around...
That's terrible. That's not good at all.
Oh, shit. Oh, wait, hold up. There we go. Okay. Here, actually, shut off your video and then turn it back on again. That'll probably fix it. Although, actually, everything's being kind of glitchy right now.
That help?
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I can see it now. Okay, so I would give it like a... Even though... Do you see it glitching like this?
I don't. It's not doing it for me, so... I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man.
It would look more like lag right there. But I think I'm going to give it like a... I was actually going to go 8.7.
Okay. You and your weirdo, like...
Yeah, I like doing 100-point scales over to that, whatever that.
Yeah, because you can totally justify... I don't know. I don't do it.
I do what I want, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware of that, yeah.
Do what I want, dog. So, yeah. What do you guys think about Ahsoka? Is it the best Star Wars Disney Plus show to ever come out? Or is Andor still better? Or are you one of them people that actually likes Kenobi? That shit sucks. Yeah, just let us know. Also, what are your thoughts maybe on Balin? Do you agree with us? Recast? I mean, it's recast, right? But until next time, I think Loki will be our next video in 2 days, right, KP? Yo.
So that sucks. I mean, sorry everyone.
Yeah, like
how
back,
long?
Back again, but yeah, for like the very like It wasn't super long, but at one point your screen like went really glitched out, and then when you finally reconnected, like every few seconds, this is what the video would do. It would just go, and then it'd go back to like whatever it was for both of us. Even on mine would do it as well. I was like, what the fuck? So that might show up in the video too, depending on how this gets edited.
Yeah. Well,
but,
anyways,
we were on the outro anyway, so
yeah, I was say we were literally like exiting, getting out of here. So yeah.
Come on, Discord, let us the fuck out. Let us out of the Matrix.
Right.
But yeah, So KP, where can the people find you? Where can they find you?
Over on YouTube, man.
Oh, YouTube / what? That's your chance, KP. YouTube / what?
My chance? What are you talking about, my chance?
Plug your channel!
Dude, my channel is youtube.com / KevNKrunch. No I in Kevin. And a K for the crunch.
There we go. That's what I was looking for. And where can they find you on Twitter or AKA X gonna give it to you?
Oh, God. What is my at? It's not the same.
Is it K Politis or did you change it?
It's at Politis K.
Politis K, there we go. Almost.
I should probably change that. Even though it's my name, it's my personal account until we get famous, and then I'll make a specific one just for this.
That's a whole separate one.
That way, shit, if you follow my personal account, you're exclusive to me. Before I shut that shit off. Nah, I wouldn't do that ever. Just change my at, dude. You can do it. I think you have to pay now because Elon needs money from every possible source since he burned all his bridges with advertising companies. But, whatever.
It's okay. It's not okay. But yeah, you can also find me on Twitter or X, gonna give it to you at Jsib20. And you can find me over at twitch.com.
For now.
Sorry, twitch.tv / whatever. Jsib20. I don't know which way it goes.
ttv.jsib20.
So, yeah. Until next time. Oh, Twitter for the channel is obviously official T3P on Twitter. X gonna give it to you.
He's not going to be on Twitch long. You're not going to be on Twitch long.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I can get subs on there, though. And money. I already got money since I came back. I was like, oh, maybe I don't want to stay on Twitch. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, so either way, I'm sure you'll see me and KP collab sometimes on Destiny on the streams. Speaking of which, we need to do the raid soon. So until next time, which will be in 2 days, most likely, for Loki.
Most likely.
Premiere. Hyped. Let's go. Hopefully they can repeat. We've had some shitter Marvel Disney Plus series. We've had some shitter Star Wars Disney Plus series. They seem to be going on the up. Come on, Loki. You had a good first season. Repeat yourself in the sophomore year. Let's go. So until next time, I'm your boy Jsib.
And I'm KP.
There we go. See ya.
And I'm tired of this fucking guy.